Have you ever laid in bed exhausted, just wanting to black out? But your mind decided to throw a party? Thoughts ranging from the expired bill to what if I had responded differently at that meeting in 2016? Well, you are not alone. The world is getting noisier, and not just outside. The internal restlessness became routine. But what if you discovered that there was a simple, natural, and deeply effective way to silence all of this without effort, without charge, just with presence? On this guided journey, you will rediscover the pleasure of letting go of your body, emptying your mind, and surrendering to rest with tranquility. No complicated techniques or unattainable mystical speeches. Here the focus is on you, your breathing, and the magic of now. By diving into this state of acceptance and lightness, your subconscious will be gently guided towards well-being, preparing you for a deep, restorative, and peaceful sleep. And the most beautiful, you don't have to do anything other than allow it. Everything is already happening for you at the perfect pace. This is the invitation: let go of control, trust the process, and simply rest. Because yes, everything is fine. And the sleep you deserve is right there waiting for you. When we prepare for a moment of meditation or rest, the first step is to find physical comfort. It's like coming home after a long day and taking off your tight shoes. A feeling of freedom begins to emerge. Here, the invitation is simple: gently close your eyes and allow your body to settle naturally without rushing. No, I need to focus now. Just breathe, release your shoulders, relax your neck, and notice how your body becomes lighter as you surrender to the present moment. Breathing, in particular, plays a fundamental role in this journey. There is no need to breathe forcefully or controlledly. Let it flow naturally, as if the simple act of breathing was the easiest thing in the world. With each inhalation and exhalation, you will feel your body relax a little more. Don't worry about anything, just watch your breathing, your rhythm. If the mind starts asking questions, simply let it pass, like a cloud that passes through the sky without commitment. Right now there is no what should I do or how should I do it. Just be. Being present in your body and your breathing is enough. When you allow yourself this, the relaxation process becomes deeper, more fluid. It may be helpful to imagine that each breath is a gentle wave that comes and goes, washing away any built-up tension. You don't have to fight anything. Surrender is what brings true peace. Every little movement of delivery makes you feel more comfortable, more secure. You start to realize that you are in the right place at that moment, and that's all that matters. If you feel any discomfort, simply adjust the position and continue with the same acceptance. Remember, the goal here is not perfection, but the feeling that everything is fine exactly as it is. And little by little, you move away from anxiety and closer to tranquility. Ultimately, the magic happens when you accept that relaxation is not a task, but a process that flows on its own. As your body settles and your breathing softens, you begin to realize how deep and invigorating this moment of rest can be. There is no more rush, no more worries. There is only you at peace in full surrender. And from that place of calm, sleep or meditation becomes deeper and more natural. Now that you've settled in and felt your body begin to relax, it's time to turn your attention to your breathing. Breathing is the key to unlocking a state of deep tranquility. It doesn't have to be forced or rigid breathing. Just allow the air to enter and exit in a natural, fluid way. Each inhalation is an opportunity to connect with the feeling of well-being, and each exhalation, a moment of surrender. As you notice this movement, you begin to feel like you are in control of your own peace. As you observe the rhythm of your breathing, don't just focus on the air coming in but also the air going out. Imagine that with each exhale, you are releasing all the tensions, worries, and thoughts that may have invaded your mind. Let these thoughts flow away without judging them. They are fleeting like clouds in the sky. The more you focus on your breathing, the more your body and mind begin to free themselves from any weight. Breathing is not just a physical process, it is also a bridge to the subconscious. By paying attention to each breathing cycle, you are, in effect, signaling to your mind that it is time to slow down, to let go. On a deeper level, breathing is inviting your body to release what no longer serves you, creating space for rest and relaxation. Notice how much your mind begins to calm down when you allow yourself to simply breathe and observe. A simple but powerful trick is to breathe more slowly and deeply. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for relaxation and a feeling of security. If you are having difficulty slowing down, try gently prolonging your exhalation. This not only helps you relax physically, but it also sends a message to your subconscious that there is no rush, that everything is fine exactly as it is. Over time, you will notice that breathing becomes more and more natural, effortless, and that each breath cycle brings more lightness. The mind begins to calm down and you feel more centered, more present. This moment of breathing is not just about releasing tension, it's about creating a space of tranquility where you can completely surrender to relaxation. And when that happens, you discover how simple it is to find peace within yourself. As you continue to breathe gently and relaxedly, your thoughts will begin to surface. This is completely natural. The mind is a tireless factory, always producing ideas, concerns, and stories. However, the secret here is not to get involved with them. They are just thoughts, like leaves floating on a river. The practice is in observing them without judging them, without giving them more energy than they really need. They are fleeting, and by recognizing them as such, you allow yourself to return to peace. When a thought arises, you can identify it as a simple idea rather than an absolute truth. Notice how thoughts arise and disappear as if they were waves on the sea. They arrive, form, and then leave without leaving a trace. The key is not to get attached to them. If you start to get caught up in a thought, simply notice it without frustration and gently redirect your attention to your breath. This way, you reinforce the idea that internal peace lies in being present, not in fighting what goes through your mind. This process of observation without engagement is like training for your mind. It's like teaching yourself not to get swept up in every thought that comes your way. It may be challenging at first, but with practice, you will discover that you can simply let your thoughts pass without them affecting your peace of mind. And the most interesting thing is that the less you care about them, the more they decrease in intensity. They lose the power to disturb your peace. As you get used to this idea of uninvolved observation, you will notice that your mind begins to calm down more quickly. Worries disappear as if they are being gently dissolved into air. Instead of trying to control your thoughts, you begin to realize that true freedom comes from no control. The simple act of not reacting to every thought creates a feeling of lightness and tranquility, as if you are floating in calm waters. This process is extremely powerful, as you are teaching your mind to disconnect from the incessant cycle of thoughts that normally rule it. When you observe without getting involved, you are not denying the thoughts, but recognizing that they do not need your constant attention. This creates space for something deeper: tranquility. And as you practice this, it becomes easier to access this state of peace, where the mind finds rest without effort. As you continue your meditation or rest journey, the feeling of relaxation begins to deepen naturally. When you allow yourself to simply be present, your body begins to effortlessly release tension. You will notice that as your breathing becomes calmer and your thoughts begin to dissipate, your muscles also begin to loosen one by one. Each exhale carries with it a little more tension, creating an increasing lightness that spreads throughout the body. The key here is to not try to force this relaxation, but just allow it to happen. If you start to feel some discomfort, that's okay. Just pause and adjust your position. But the important thing is to understand how your body behaves naturally. When you don't press, relaxation deepens with each breath. This happens because the body, when it feels safe, begins to naturally release the tensions accumulated throughout the day. Each breathing cycle is an opportunity for another layer of tension to be gently released. Sometimes it can be helpful to focus on specific areas of your body that you feel most tense. Could be the neck, the shoulders, or even the hands. Imagine that with each exhale you are sending a wave of relaxation to these areas, releasing any tightness. There is no rush. This process of releasing tension is natural, and when you allow it to happen, relaxation deepens effortlessly, leading you to an ever deeper state of comfort. Remember, the more you relax, the deeper your rest becomes. It's like diving into a calm, deep sea where you feel safe and protected. As the tensions leave your body, you begin to notice how each part of you surrenders to rest. This process of letting go is an act of trust, as you allow yourself to be completely present and available to the peace that is already available to you, without needing to do anything. When you feel the depth of relaxation begin to increase, notice how the body becomes heavier and more relaxed with each breath. This lightness brings a feeling of security, as if being rocked by a welcoming and peaceful energy. This state of deep relaxation is a natural preparation for rest, whether meditation or sleep. And the most beautiful thing about it all? This process of letting go and relaxing happens naturally, like a gift that the body offers when you allow it. Now that your body is more relaxed and your mind is calmer, let's begin to deepen this feeling of rest even further, bringing a feeling of stability and security. Imagine that as you breathe deeply, your body begins to feel heavier, as if it is being gently pulled down toward the earth. This feeling of heaviness is not a discomfort, but rather a feeling of being firmly rooted, like a tree that stands in the earth with deep roots. With each exhale, you will feel more connected to the ground beneath you. Feel your feet, legs, and every part of your body as if they are merging with the earth, creating a solid, secure foundation. This grounding brings a feeling of immense peace as you realize that there is nothing to do, nothing to seek. You are already where you should be, completely safe and in balance. This sinking sensation is a reminder that you are safe to let go of control and allow relaxation to become even deeper. As you feel this increasing weight, imagine that your body is becoming one with the ground, as if it were an immutable, unshakable rock. There is no movement, no tension, just being, feeling deeply supported. Immobility is not an effort but a natural surrender. Each breath causes you to sink deeper, deeper into the feeling of stability and security that comes from being fully present in the now. This is a form of rest that goes beyond the physical, touching your soul. The body, now so deeply relaxed and firmly anchored, begins to feel a sense of inner peace that is not dependent on anything external. There is no more to worry, there is no more to do. Everything is in perfect order, in the right place. In that moment, what you feel is full acceptance of where you are. This space of calm is yours to remain in, to surrender to. And as you surrender to this sense of rest, your body becomes one with the earth, your mind calms, and you feel enveloped in a sense of total tranquility. This grounding is more than just a physical sensation. It connects you to your inner being and the nature around you. Like a deep, firm rock, you feel the immensity of security in your existence. By allowing this connection to the earth to deepen, you create a space where the body and mind can rest without worry. This state of rest is deeply healing, and you now feel more prepared to completely relax, knowing that you are in the safest place possible. With your body deeply relaxed and your mind increasingly calm, it's time to let your subconscious do its work. Even if you're not fully aware of every thought or sensation, know that your subconscious is taking it all in. The words and intentions you sow now will take root deeply, like seeds of tranquility and well-being. By allowing this surrender to happen, you begin to reprogram your mind for peace and acceptance, all effortlessly. These messages are soft, like a gentle whisper that reaches your ear. You don't need to do anything special to receive them. They simply enter through calm and presence. As you relax further, these affirmations begin to become a part of you, taking hold in your being. There is no need to understand or control how this happens. Your subconscious knows exactly what to do, and it works for your highest good. You can allow yourself to trust this process without having to actively focus. This requires no conscious effort, as what you need is already being absorbed. Imagine then that peace and tranquility are installing within you automatically. Your body and mind are adjusting, creating an inner environment of harmony and well-being. These messages are not just words, but true seeds that will germinate and blossom while you rest. As you move deeper into this state of relaxation, you may even begin to feel a lightness in your chest, as if a burden has been gently lifted. This is your subconscious working to release any tension or fear you may have built up. These messages are not forced, but rather received with acceptance and lightness. Your mind is now aligning with what is best for you, with tranquility, peace, and well-being. This is a precious moment of reprogramming. What happens now at the subconscious level is fundamental, as it creates the foundation for a deeper transformation. What you feel, what you believe about yourself and the world around you is being gently reshaped. So, allow yourself to trust this process. There is no need to rush, there is no need to control. Just surrender to that inner tranquility, knowing that everything is working for your highest good. We have reached a point where total surrender becomes not only possible but necessary. As you relax and connect more deeply with your body and mind, it's time to recognize that everything is under control. You can feel safe letting go of what you no longer need to carry. Sometimes the mind tells us that we must be in control of everything, but here in this moment of rest, you can relax into this process of surrender. The universe is already taking care of you, and you don't need to worry about anything anymore. It is essential to understand that delivery does not mean weakness or lack of action. Rather, it means trusting that there is something greater that is working for your well-being. When you allow worries and fears to dissolve, you create a space where relaxation can be even deeper. You don't need to do anything to make things happen. The simple act of surrendering to peace and tranquility is already a powerful step towards your balance. This surrender process is also a way of recognizing that you have already done what you can, and now is the time to rest and allow yourself to be cared for. There is nothing left to do but allow your mind and body to find rest. It's like when you let your hands let go of anxiety, and in doing so, you feel a lightness and peace that didn't need to be sought. Everything is happening the way it should be, and you are perfectly safe in this process. As you let go, you may notice a feeling of relief, as if a burden is being gently lifted from your shoulders. This delivery is a gesture of trust and acceptance. You give yourself permission to simply be, without rushing, without demands. And as you do so, you begin to experience the lightness and peace that come from a state of complete trust. True freedom comes from surrender, as you are no longer carrying the weight of worry or control. Now more than ever, you can feel confident that everything is happening at your pace and at the right time. The answers you seek, the changes you desire, are being created and adjusted, even without your conscious intervention. Trust this natural flow and feel completely welcomed by the process. As you surrender, you create the perfect space for sleep or meditation to deepen even further, bringing lasting peace. Now that you have reached this deep state of relaxation and surrender, your body is ready to receive the tranquility and regeneration that sleep can provide. Remember that sleep is not just a break, but an opportunity for your mind and body to renew and align with your highest well-being. By surrendering to sleep, you allow the most beneficial energies to work within you, adjusting everything that needs to be adjusted. There is no need to control or interfere. The body knows what to do, and you are perfectly in tune with this process. As you let go more, the feeling of peace and security intensifies. Your heart and mind are being gently reprogrammed into a new state of balance. This is not something you need to control, but something that happens automatically when you trust the process. Sleep now becomes an act of conscious surrender, where you allow yourself to receive all the healing that deep rest can provide. The energies of your being are being restored as you prepare for a new cycle. As you drift deeper into sleep, know that at the deepest level your body and mind are working together to bring about the changes you need. Every cell, every thought, is being adjusted to align with your well-being and your highest purpose. Sleep, in this context, becomes a powerful tool for transformation, where everything that does not serve is gently dissolved. As you relax further, these adjustments happen without any conscious effort on your part. This is the perfect time to trust that everything is being orchestrated for your highest good. What you need to grow, heal, and thrive is being prepared while you rest. There is nothing more to be done. The simple act of trusting this process of renewal is enough to allow sleep to become a tool of deep alignment. You are, in this moment, allowing inner peace and healing to settle into your being in a subtle but powerful way. When you enter sleep, you are not just resting but aligning yourself with a higher energy that is working in your favor. This rest is not only physical but also emotional and spiritual. The sense of confidence you have developed throughout this meditation now becomes the foundation for deep, regenerative sleep, which will help you wake up refreshed, balanced, and at peace with what lies ahead. As you surrender to rest, there is a growing certainty that everything is happening exactly as it should. You no longer need to worry about the details or wonder about the next steps. The process of life is underway and you are a harmonious part of it. What needs to happen will happen, and what needs to be resolved will be resolved at the right time. The most important thing now is to trust that everything is falling into place without rushing and without effort. This confidence is not based on knowing exactly what will come, but on the certainty that the flow of life is taking care of you. Every breath, every heartbeat, is a reminder that you are being guided without even realizing it. When you surrender to the process, the peace you feel is not just about physical rest but also about trust in the unknown. You allow yourself to relax because you know you don't need to carry the weight of the future. It is being carefully managed by life, which always knows the right moment to bring about the changes you need. This process is like an invisible dance that happens around you and within you. Every movement, every adjustment is getting you where you need to be. Sometimes we can be anxious to know what comes next, but trusting the process means allowing the future to reveal itself in its own time with lightness. Remember, every step you take is a step toward your greatest well-being, and there is no need to rush or force anything. Everything is unfolding perfectly. As you relax further, feel the relief of knowing that you don't need to have all the answers right now. Trust in the process is the key to unlocking true peace. With each exhale, you surrender another layer of anxiety, another worry, and open yourself to the tranquility that comes with knowing that the best is already on the way. The future is not a threat, but a promise of growth and well-being, and you are on the right path. And so, as you rest, confidence in the process deepens, bringing a feeling of immense tranquility. You are exactly where you need to be, living each moment with peace and acceptance. The flow of life takes care of everything as you surrender to the present, knowing that everything is being adjusted for your highest good. There's no rush. There's no worry, just the confidence that everything is lining up perfectly for you. As you reach the end of this journey of meditation and deep rest, there is a feeling of renewal that begins to wash over you. When you wake up, you will notice that your body feels lighter, as if it has been restored overnight. The sense of well-being you experience is not just physical but also mental and emotional. Your mind is now clearer, calmer, and ready to face the new day with confidence and energy. You will feel refreshed, as if you have rested deeply, not just in your body but also in your heart and mind. The sleep and rest you allowed to happen was not just a break but a true transformation. When you surrender to the process, the body and mind reorganize, finding the balance that was previously lost. With each new awakening, you align more deeply with your essence. This feeling of renewal is a reflection of your commitment to tranquility and well-being. The energy you awaken now is the result of your trust in the process and surrender to the present moment. It is important to remember that each day is a new opportunity to live with more presence and peace. The deep, restorative sleep you experienced is now integrated into your being, and the effect of this will extend throughout your day. The subtle changes that occurred overnight do not need to be forced, they simply happen because you allowed yourself to rest and rebalance. What lies ahead will be received with more lightness and acceptance, as you wake up not only rested, but also aligned with your greatest good. You may notice that when you wake up, there is a feeling of gratitude for this resting process. This well-being you feel is not by chance, but the result of a deep connection with your body, mind, and spirit. The peace you experience upon awakening is a manifestation of the inner work that took place while you rested. And when you leave this state of rest, you take with you renewed energy that accompanies you throughout the day. When you get up, take with you the certainty that the tranquility and well-being achieved during meditation and rest will remain with you. The process of renewal is always available, and whenever you feel the need to return to that state, simply trust in your ability to surrender to rest. Each awakening is a new chance to live with lightness, peace, and presence, and you are more prepared than ever to enjoy the best that life has to offer. Now that you've had the opportunity to experience this journey of rest and confidence, it's time to reflect on the impact it can have on your life. How do you feel when you wake up after a deep restorative sleep? What has changed in your perception of rest and tranquility? The power of surrender and trust in the process is transformative, and each time you consciously allow sleep to restore you, you will be aligning yourself with a lighter, fuller energy. True peace begins with accepting that we don't need to control everything. By allowing yourself to rest without the anxiety of tomorrow, you make space for a more balanced and harmonious life. Now you have the key to experiencing this well-being every day simply by trusting the natural flow of life. If you want to continue this journey of tranquility and transformation, subscribe to our channel and activate notifications to receive more content that will help you live with more peace, balance, and well-being. Remember, every moment of rest is an opportunity to connect with the best of yourself.